I'm sorry, it's got to get 10. I'm not even sorry. I'm not sorry in the slightest. This is the best area I've ever driven in for a driving test. I've spent the week researching driving tests in Northern Ireland. It's very different to where I'm from in England. I've spoken to driving instructors and learners to get the lowdown on what it's like to learn to drive here and to pass a driving test here. Now, I feel equipped to take you on driving test routes. I'm at Newton Ards, or as the locals would say, ARDS, and I'm going to take you on a real driving test route here. I'm going to tell you what you need to know and what you need to look out for to be able to pass your driving test at this driving test centre. Obviously, I don't know the driving test routes here, so I've teamed up with Richard from Vroom Driving School, who's given me access to all of his driving test routes. I'll put a link in the description below. Check him out if you want access to the driving test routes too. Shall we get on with it? Newton Ards, we're here for you. And I'm going to give you a rating as well. I'm going to rate the driving test here, the difficulty, the area, and I'm going to let you know what it's like to pass here. Straight away, this is a really nice way to start your driving test. Coming out onto a pretty chill industrial road. This isn't difficult. So it's a really nice way to ease you into your driving test. Really nice. Maybe an opportunity to ask the examiner a silly question. What's your favorite car that you've ever done a driving test in? Or what's your favorite car? Break the ice. The examiners should have icebreaker questions, but break the ice with them and they maybe will soften up and you'll feel more relaxed. As soon as you start to communicate with another human, you feel like they're on your side. You feel a lot less like this is a strict driving test situation and more like I'm driving around with some actual human. Driving in Northern Ireland so far has been an absolute dream. I've really enjoyed driving here. It's so chill and there's so much nice stuff to look at. It's been amazing. So you'll notice here, I'm reducing my speed quite significantly because I'm being pressed into the traffic because of oncoming traffic. I'm being pressed into the line of parked cars. So I've reduced my speed significantly. And as a general guide, if I'm going at 30 miles an hour, 20 to 30 miles an hour, should be about 1.5 meters away from the parked cars. Checking my right mirror before I move out. This car's so annoying. Honestly, this is the worst car I've ever driven. It's a Hyundai i10. I'm not a fan at all. Okay, we're coming up to the high street. This looks pretty busy, so I'm gonna mirrors and signal, and I'm gonna take great care. I'm looking at the pattern of traffic before I even get to the give way line. And it looks busy, so I'm gonna potentially, thank you very much, what just happened there, I'm gonna have to wait for somebody to help me out into the traffic. So I was looking right. It's a one-way road, so there's not so much happening on the left that I need to be aware of. Obviously, you need to look left before I set off, but if someone lets you into traffic like that, that's your lifeline, that's your goal. Where am I going next? Turning right, coming up ahead. So I'm gonna, it's in a little while, so I've got a little while to think about moving across. That white van is far enough away from me. I'm gonna cancel the signal so it doesn't look like I'm turning down there. This car thinks the speed limit is 15 miles an hour. Going down into second gear for this bend, clutch up before I turn. The car thinks the speed limit's 15 miles an hour, so it's beeping at me to let me know I'm speeding. I'm not speeding. I went to the airport, or I got off the flight, went to the car hire. What I booked was a Fiat 500. What I got was a Hyundai i10. I makes it sound like there's some technology behind it. Worst car, the actual worst car, mirror and signal. I'm moving back into the left lane, because I've got a choice of two lanes. Two lanes go my way, so I want to drive in the left one. When it's safe, I'm moving back into the left. And now I'm driving in the left lane, which is the driving lane, and not on the right, which is the overtaking lane for turning right and overtaking. Just keeping a nice separation distance between me and the car in front as well. If I'm driving along and the speed of the traffic isn't too high, I'm gonna make sure that I have more than is necessary separation distance. I'm not speeding. The closer I am to traffic in front, the faster I need to react, the more I'm gonna be stressed. It's stressful driving bumper to bumper, especially in slow moving traffic. So I'm just gonna increase that separation distance. If you don't know what the correct separation distance is, in moving traffic, I'm just gonna stop before the yellow box because I'm not sure that I can get past it. In moving traffic, the separation distance is 2 seconds, and I'll teach you how to do that in a second. But yellow box, unless you know that you can get across it, you can see a gap or the traffic is moving, just stop before it to save the stress and the hassle, to save any chance of you failing because you get stuck in a box. If you stop in a yellow box and you're not turning right, you're gonna fail. We're turning left on the roundabout, and then I can see that there's a right turn coming up as well. So I can turn left from the right lane That's useful information. I saw that on the floor. So I'm moving into the right lane, and I'm going to signal right now to show that I'm turning right third exit. That little piece of local knowledge right there is important. If you've not practiced that before, you're going to have a trouble with that. It's very unusual that you can turn first exit left from the right lane of a roundabout, but this would have been nearly impossible if that wasn't there. I'm not speeding. I'm not speeding. Come on. Let's work together on this. The car's actually struggling up a hill. And I can see that car is bombing off into the distance, but I'm just keeping my speed level and steady. I'm at 27 miles an hour. What I'm aiming for is 27, 28, 29, or 30. That's an acceptable speed for a road like this. Because if I'm aiming for 28 and I dip under, I can then push my speed up again. If I aim for 28 and I tip over, I'm still safe. 40 miles an hour, speed limit sign. And I'm keeping at 30, 3, 2, 1, until I've passed that sign. Now I can push up my speed. That's important. Think of the speed limit signs like a gate. You can't go above that speed. You can't go above 30 into 40 until you've passed that sign, because I'm now in a 40 zone. I wasn't until I passed that sign. Okay, we're turning right soon. I'm just trying to identify the junction, looking for gaps in houses, gaps in parked cars, gaps in the trees and bushes, moving into the right lane. I want to get my entire car into this box. I don't want to move in at the last minute. Could have potentially gone then, but I wasn't sure. And that's what I want to do on my driving test as well. If I'm not sure, I'm just going to wait. There's some tricky bits on this driving test. Absolutely, there's some tricky bits. And we've moved into a 30 mile an hour speed limit, but I can't see over the crest of this blind hill. And there's speed bumps. So another really important point when you're on your driving test is the speed limit's not a target. It's the speed that you're gonna go if the road conditions are absolutely perfect. Like they were on the last road. I could see all the way down the road, turning right here. I could see all the way down the road, and that's his mate. They're on a driving lesson, but his mates have just seen him in the car. Okay, the sat-nav's telling me this is a left turn, but if I'm looking at the road markings, it's just a bend in the road. Let's keep talking about appropriate speed, because if you're doing 30 miles an hour around these back streets, which is the speed limit, you can expect to fail your driving test for sure. Blind corner. The less I can see in front of me, the slower I'm gonna go. So I'm doing 22, 21 miles an hour now, and I can see a lot more in front of me, so I can increase that speed. There's no pedestrians, there's minimal parked cars. As I approach that parked car, I'm just easing off the gas, checking my right mirror, and I'm gonna just start braking gently for that corner, mirror and signal. And I'm gonna look and see what's happening before I get to the giveaway line. There's nothing coming at all, I could see that, so I didn't need to stop at that junction, because it's a giveaway, it's not a stop line. There's a difference. Oh, this is beautiful. This is absolutely lovely. This is gonna get high marks. I tell you something else that's coming up on this test route. Shout out Richard. He said that this is an absolutely lovely driving test route. I'm checking. I'm actually gonna move into second gear because I'm going downhill as well. And I didn't fully stop. So second gear was appropriate there, for sure. Another 30 mile an hour speed limit sign there. I've spotted it because I'm looking out for signs. Okay, we've talked about planning ahead lots. There's 3 things that you need to be looking out for when you're planning ahead. And this is crucial. This is key to you passing your driving test. The secret sauce to passing your driving test is planning ahead. People say things like, oh, it just jumped out at me. Like when you fail your driving test, oh, it just jumped out at me, I didn't see it. Where did it come from? You stopped planning is what happened. You stopped planning ahead and you made a mistake. Road signs, road markings, and other road users. We need to be looking at the road signs because they tell you what's happening next. The warning signs, the speed limit signs, the one-way road signs, they're all really important. Road markings, equally important. Where is this lane going? You need to be spotting stuff like that. Like on that roundabout back there, I noticed that the right lane also turned left. You need to see that, and you need to see it early so you can action it. Left at the end, I'm waiting until I pass that junction before I signal left, because I don't want to be confusing anybody with my signal. That's a really bad place to park, right next to the junction. If I didn't see that they were so close to the curb and with no lights on, I would have thought they were probably stopped for the traffic lights. That's a really bad place to park. Oh my God, national speed limit, Newton Ards, you are a dream. Just keep it at 30 until we go past the sign. National speed limit on the road like this is 60 miles an hour. If you did 60 miles an hour, the examiner would be gripping their armrest and would probably terminate your test or ask you to slow down and you would fail. I'm doing 30 miles an hour right now. That feels safe. Just going to increase the speed down this bit because I can see quite far ahead. Let's go up into fourth gear as well. Oh, how nice is this? I'm going to slow down for this because this is a blind corner. Look what could come towards me. Now I can see a lot more. I'm increasing that speed again. Doing 30 miles an hour. Bring it up to 38, 40, feels good. I wouldn't want to go more than 40 because these bends are tight. Oh, this is so fun. Newtonards, we love you. And there's some more good stuff coming up. There's some more good stuff going up. I'm so excited about this test center. This test route is a dream. Thank you so much, Richard, for hooking us up. Patterned us with this route and highly recommended, highly rated. Thank you, man. Cows in the fields. Are you joking? This is so nice for a driving test. This is so calming. Right, 30 miles an hour in front of me. So I'm just gonna gently ease off my speed and braking so that I get to 30 miles an hour before I hit that sign. Definitely don't hit the sign. Before I pass the sign. That's important because now I'm in a 30 zone. So if I only wait till I get into a 30 zone to start slowing down, definitely gonna fail because you're speeding. Next road on the right, mirrors and signal. I really, really, really love it when there's stuff like this on a driving test route. Like seeing green and fields, it's a calming influence. It's such a nice thing to have on a driving test, as opposed to driving through a city centre, for example. Driving through Goodmays. Goodmays could never. This place is making Goodmays look like, I don't want to say it. It's not appropriate for YouTube, but this is a very nice place to take a driving test. Look at the scenery. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, bro. This place is so nice. Driving in Northern Ireland is so nice, honestly. It's the actual best. 30 miles an hour is holding steady until I pass the national speed limit sign again. How it works is, right, national speed limit. If you're in a car, it's either 70 or 60. And the way it's decided is, if there's a separation, a barrier between you and the oncoming traffic, that's what makes it a dual carriageway. And if you're on a dual carriageway, then your speed limit is 70. Now there's no barrier between us and the vehicles oncoming, so this is a single carriageway and we're doing 60 miles an hour. And look what's in front of us. Are you actually joking me right now? Are you actually joking? 40 feels safe on this road because I can see all the way down into the distance. And that sign's important. Stop 75 yards. Mirror signal, turning right at the end. Are you joking right now? This is the best. This might be my favorite driving test center. Stop sign, which we saw, is super important. Actually, so important. Because if you get to the end and you can see that there's nothing coming, normally on a giveaway line, you can just keep going, but on a stop line, you can't. Absolutely not. You must bring your all four wheels to a stop. I mean, you can't bring three wheels to a stop, so that's a silly thing to say. You can't bring three wheels to a stop. If you're bringing any wheels to a stop, they're all gonna come to a stop. So just bring your wheels to a stop at a stop sign, stop line, and then you're good to carry on. This is insane. Honestly, this is insane. Let's give some scores. We're still on the national speed limit. So like this speed is cool. I'm just gonna keep my separation distance between me and the car in front. And I'll tell you how to count 2 seconds in a second, but let's go. Area score. Oh, it's outrageous. The area here is outrageous. We've gone through fields, we've seen cows, we've got the sea. What more could Newtonards do? What more could we have here to make this better? It's gotta get 10. I'm sorry, it's gotta get 10. I'm not even sorry. I'm not sorry in the slightest. This is the best area I've ever driven in for a driving test. It's so chill. We've got all of the calming influence, and we've even hit the sea. The tide's clearly out right now, but this is beautiful. So, 2 seconds. I'm gonna give you a difficulty score as well in a second. When the car in front passes something stationary, start counting. When you pass it, stop. So let's go with the tree. 1, 2, 3. And you should actually start counting from 0, because stopwatches don't start from 1. They start from 0 and then you get to 1. So let's do that again. We're gonna use just to make the point, we're gonna use the telephone pole. When they pass it, 1. Done it again. Who starts counting from 0? When they pass the last pole, 0, 1, 2. So we're a 2-second distance away from the vehicle in front. Just start from 0. Or say, only a fool breaks the 2-second rule. It takes about 2 seconds to say that. Counting from 0 to 2 is also easy. So difficulty score, those roundabouts before, I mean, I'm a driving instructor, you'd expect me to catch that. But if you're only learning to drive, if you just started learning to drive, we're coming up to some more roundabouts here. There's some tricky stuff to do here. And if you're not used to rural country roads, you're gonna, again, find it really difficult. I gotta say the difficulty score for this driving test center is 6. 10 is perfect, really easy to pass here. 1 is Goodmayes. Goodmayes is the worst place to take a driving test. Don't take a driving test in Goodmayes. Goodmayes in London is probably the worst place to go for a driving test. You're turning right on the next roundabout, so I'm positioning nice and early in the right lane, bringing my speed down nice and early, checking gears nice and early, and I'm looking at the pattern of the traffic on the right. That car's turning, so I can set off straight away without stopping. If you're not looking at the pattern of the traffic nice and early, you're not going to be able to spot gaps before you get to the give-way line, mirror and signal, work my way to the outside. You're not going to be able to spot gaps as efficiently, and you're going to then potentially have to stop at the give-way line, mirror and signal, driver and vehicle testing agency, back into first gear. So be looking for gaps before you get to a give-way line and before you get to a roundabout. Really important. Now, we're coming to the end of the driving test. You know, you've known for a while we're coming to the end of the driving test, because if you're from here, you'll notice that we're coming back into the town. We're coming back in, and this is where a lot of people fail their driving test. You're coming back into the test center, you're coming back into town, you know that you're returning to the test center, so you're gonna start switching off. You're gonna start thinking, oh, nearly finished. I wonder if that roundabout was okay. I wonder if the driving examiner likes me. I wonder if he's marked a fail already. I wonder if that junction, I wonder if that national speed limit road was quick enough or slow enough. Stop. The driving examiner is still marking you, and you're now thinking about stuff that's not related to you driving ahead. So make sure that you concentrate to the maximum. Have this in your head on your driving test. When you realize that you're coming to the end, remember me telling you to stay focused until your engine is switched off. It's so important. That was a brilliant driving test centre. I absolutely bloody love Northern Ireland. It's so nice here. If you're from here, you're extremely lucky. Extremely lucky. If you're learning to drive here, check out all of the other driving test videos in the Northern Ireland driving test series right here. Click that. It's got information from the horse's mouth, from actual driving instructors that teach here, from actual learners that have learned here. And I'm going to be filling up that playlist with driving test routes, videos for you to help you pass easily. I'll see you in the next one. Peace, good luck, goodbye.